Good morning and welcome to another edition of AM Cafe this morning, and I want to wish Osun State happy celebration on our 33 years of existence. And today we are taking a look at Osun at 33, and I have the guest in the house that will explain everything to us. He is the pioneer. I want to tell you, he's my former director, my former boss, and is the one pioneer officer who established or who created this platform for everybody to enjoy, this AM Cafe. He is, and you should know him very, very well. I know he's someone that is so free to everybody. He can talk. I don't want to say he's my boss anyway. I don't want to say he's a talkative, but he can talk, and you will enjoy him this morning. He is Chief Evangelist Olushola Bolaji.
Out of all those nomenclature, the only ones I will pick is Olushola Bolaji.
You are welcome to this program this morning.
It's a privilege to be here again.
I'm happy to see you. You are so radiant, handsome,
well,
like before.
It is God's grace.
Your skin so nice, so
Thank
beautiful.
You. Thank you.
What
blushing.
are you using?
I'm blushing.
Okay, please tell me now.
It's the grace of God.
I really appreciate God.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for hosting me again.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, and happy anniversary to you.
Thank you, sir. So now we are going to this area. That's why I have to call, because you know everything about, let me say, creation of Osun State. You were there. Where are we? How far have we been?
Okay, to get to your point, let me just share a brief moment that I had this morning with you. You know, this morning, His Excellency the Governor spoke to the people of the state. So while he was delivering his speech, I went back in memory that this same period, some 32 years ago, I had the privilege of launching the speech of our governor then, Alhaji Isaka Adeleke, who was the first elected governor for the state, and who graciously launched the OSBC TV channel in Osun. And so 1 year after creation, 1991 August, 1992 August celebration, the first anniversary celebration, we launched the TV channel. And just had a sleepless night to make sure that everything went well with my bosses, all of them. I'm sure a whole lot of us are still available and alive. We thank God for that. And as Mr. Governor was delivering his speech this morning, I remember that I launched his late brother to speak to the people of the state 32 years ago. I think his grace. May God bless the soul of Alhaji Isaka Adeleke. He was a governor that we could have had for a long time, but circumstances in Nigeria didn't allow us to do that. So, well, so far so good. I think 33 years is quite momentous. We have a cause and a reason to celebrate.
So, in terms of media,
yes,
what can you say?
Media in Osun
have we
has
improved?
The improvement is miraculous, to say the least. In August 91, when Osun was created, we had to sever relationships with Oyo. So, coming to Osun had no voice, no electronic voice. So, but BCOS, Radio YO, they have satellite stations, relay stations they call it, in Osun, in Ife. So our team of engineers, led as at that time by our general manager, Mr. John Atolagbadi Fademi, led a team of our bosses to project on how Osun can have electronic voice. So I think sometime in November of that same year, we were created in August, September, October, November, Osun had a voice on radio, and that was Adeleke in Ife. Luckily, we were pioneer staff. We emigrated from Ibadan to Ife at that time, housed at Transmotel. And the second year, that is the second the first anniversary of the state, out of August 27, 1992, we had a TV voice. So it was that humble beginning that media, let me say electronic this time, started in Osun, but we were the pioneers, of course. Then all along the line, if you look at stations in Osun right now, both private and public, they should be close to 20-something, if not more than, including community radios, private televisions, and all of that. But thank God that most of the people that are also pioneering in those sectors, they have had one or two interactions with OSBC as a foundation member or as an internship staff at one point. So it's like this place is the birth of the media. And if you to reel out the figures, the statistics of numbers of radio, even OSBC alone has about 6. We have in Iwo, we have Osun, we have here TV 32, TV now on Star Times 113. We have radio, you know. There was even a radio that was moribund. It didn't happen. Omoluwa FM didn't happen. But there was an effort towards that. However, I want to say that the media, the electronic media, let me be specific, has really, moved forward. And I'm happy that across the southwest region, whether in Ekiti, in Ondo, in Ogun, hardly will you see any radio station that has a staff who has not had an interaction with OSBC, either as a trainee at one point or the other, or a copper deployed to this place. Many people didn't have broadcast drive, but when they were posted here, they discovered themselves. And I also want to say, very modestly, when you yourself joined us, this place has been a molder of destiny. I'm happy at that.
So, you have talked about media and the improvement in there. Let's look at education and health combined together. What can you say about that?
Well, if we are looking at development via the education sector, I think we can be modest enough to be able to check the period that we are talking about. Like I said, what happened to media also happened to the education sector. Osun, as we speak now, has a very high population or high density of tertiary institutions, private and public. And that's a good sign that this climate is good for academic pursuit. I don't want to be mentioning those universities, but let me now go to specifics. One of the good things that happened to Osun in the education sector, I'm proud to say, is the creation of the Osun State University. Osun State University came up at the regime, or during the regime of Prince Olagunso Inola. And the university, I can't tell the history better than those who are there, who have the archive of information. But I'm going to speak from the angle of my involvement at that time. The pioneer Vice Chancellor, Professor Shola Akiniade, a very good mentor to us. When the assignment to create the university came up, he just, they had some media programs scheduled. And from there, he just told us, those of us who were hosting them that time, that this university is our own, and we must do everything we can to make it, succeed. I took his charge with a lot of passion that this university belongs to us. So, informally, I was more or less a member of his media team, working for him. And to prove, to make sure that, or let me say, to showcase my conviction that I believe very much in that university, graciously, by the mercies of God, my first 2 daughters were graduates of that institution. Because I just had to okay, this is Osun brand, we must patronize it. That's the message of Professor Akinade, and I bought into it. And today, I can boldly say that those kids, are doing very fine. They have had the best of tertiary instruction and character molding. And that was during Professor Olamiso Yindola. And that university was, is a strange model. For the first time, we had a university springing up at various centers, not from temporary center. Osun didn't have its temporary campus. The school started from the colleges. They started from their own buildings. The main administration block in Osogbo, and the College of Science and Medicine, the College of Management Sciences in Okuku, College of Arts and is it Education Arts in Ikire. Then there was the College of Law that later joined them in Ifetedo, and everywhere started from their own buildings. Each time I read the history of that university, I'm very proud of the pioneer administrators, and I'm very proud of those who are there right now. Wow. They are doing very well. That university has been a model, and I've not seen a state university that is doing that good, since its creation. So that doesn't also foreclose other developments. The Osun State College of Education in Elisha has become a university too. And we have a University of Medical Sciences in Elaron. Okay. There are private universities that are springing up in Odeomu, and so it's the ground is good. Let me just say the ground is good. So educationally, the ground is good. In matters of health too, yes, LabTech issue was there, managed for a long time until it ended the way it ended. But the institution has been doing fine. At least the teaching hospital side of it that fell on our side, they are still, up and running, providing tertiary health intervention.
Even the primary health too.
Oh, primary health. One of the other innovations that came up in the course of our 33 years, because I'll be signposting it by administration, was the health insurance scheme that came up during the administration of Alhaji Igboega Oyetola, I think. The OHIS, now that is being strengthened and being broadened by the current administration of Asiwaju Ademola Adeleke. So, health, Osun has had it good. We thank God for good health anyway. But the fact remains that to make health available to all is very germane, is good. Also, Alhaji Oyetola, in his time, invested in the primary health centers. And again, Governor Ademola Adeleke has taken it up from there and has now moved the path forward. So that's the way it should be. Other areas of development are there. Infrastructure, Osun is a massive construction site now. Those 33 years, if you want to be extremist, you will say we have not done fairly well in infrastructure. But let me say, so far so good. We had administrations that were quite ambitious in administration. Ralph Aregbesola was quite ambitious in infrastructure, especially in the education sector. Did a lot of work, and then roads.
That's the question I want to ask now.
Yes.
Looking at the number of construction work the administration is doing now, initiated and ongoing, don't you think the work is just too much for him? I mean, the projects are too much, and don't you think he can complete this project before his time expires?
Well, all things being equal, we are hoping and we are praying and we are believing the masses of Osun to do the needful. If we have Governor Adeleke for 8 years, the story will change. From my perspective of him, and from the little I knew of Alhaji Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke of blessed memory, they are go-getters. They are go-getters. It couldn't have happened to any state. In fact, out of all the states that were created when Osun was created, Osun was the first to have an electronic voice. And it was the initiative of the governor then. He funded it. So I believe the family has a pedigree of being proactive. I don't want to see them as politicians. They are just good citizens. Good citizens, God has blessed them, and they don't see money as an acquisition. You know, there are some people, they see money as an acquisition. They can't have enough of it. They just want to grab and grab. But these ones they have had, and they are ready to give. So that is why I would say, well, maybe that's not the hallmark of a politician, because a politician will always want to
put everything
but
to themselves.
That someone is there and is ready to. He also, our current governor said government is a continuum, and that's why he's completing the projects that the previous administration left uncompleted. And that will take me to your question, that will he have enough time? I've said it, two things. If the people of the state, do the needful and keep him for 8 years, there will be a lot of changes. By the time the fair axis is completed now, that will be another, And this infrastructure thing was actually started by Prince Olabisi Lola. He was the one who dualized Bongon, and he started from Shekona. And the plan was to take it to Bongon. So Aregbe continued from where Lola stopped. That is governance. Now Adeleke is continuing from where Lola stopped. The East bypass is completing gradually, and other structures are. So in 8 years, let's see, as God will help him, I'm sure he will change the face of
the political opponents are saying that good things. We're saying that he's taking the glory of the past. I didn't know that that he didn't start. He's taking the glory of the past. That what he did not start, he's taking it. So, for example, University of Ilesha is bypass and some other things in Osun. What is your take on this?
Well, for those people who are saying that, they're just playing politics. They're playing politics. If I want to take some counsel from the scripture, even the Bible says it is not of him that starts, but it is of him that finishes. So, yes, somebody will start, but somebody will finish. To finish is very important, because nobody loves to live an abandoned life. So if, as a governor, you started a project and you could not finish it in your tenure, number one, personally, I think it's bad planning, because you should be able to project for a project that you can do within your tenure. Anyway, some project that they are going to spend 80 years and they end up spending 4 years, that's unfortunate. But it doesn't mean that the incoming has a duty to the populace, to the citizens, to complete the project that they meet on ground. So those are saying Adeleke is taking the glory for what he did not start. It is normal. When you finish, you are the one that is celebrated. Not of you who starts anyway, but it is of you who finishes. Look at the OE's headquarters in Abere now. Somebody started, but he has finished. And that place has been put to use. So what else do you want? It is not everybody that has the grace, like Baba Konde. Baba Konde started the government secretariat and he finished it, but not all of. And he knew that he had to do it in his time. And he was not even running for project anyway. He was not even. He didn't do like some of us will do now, or some of them will do now, and begin to project for 8 years. Baba projected for 4 years, so he did everything he had to do to finish it in 4 years. Whoever will know, she will know, whoever she will call. I'm going to finish my project, and he was able to do it. Probably if he had done the way some people did and said, okay, I'm going to have 8 years, maybe the secretary would just have been in foundation level. But he did. So governance, is a continuum. Then it's not rocket science. Do what you can do in your tenure. do your
Within
first
your
term
limit
project,
time.
then do your second term project. You know that constitutionally you are only entitled to 2 terms. So why must you start something that will take 16 years or 32 years to finish?
I will still ask you this question because you worked with Adeleke administration before you leave the office. The opposition party is accusing the government that the palliative, distributing the palliatives sent by the federal government to the targeted masses. What is your reaction on this?
Well,
I didn't distribute all the palliatives that he get from the federal government.
Well, unfortunately, I may not be able to efficiently respond to that. Number one, I was never a member of the committee for palliatives.
I know.
Then number two, I didn't have inside knowledge of how the palliatives were shared. However, I'm a member of the larger community, the society, and I knew that people got what government gave to them, you know. And there are two, let me say, I witnessed 2 seasons of palliatives distribution. There was a season that palliatives were distributed and people were coming to the social media with 4 cups of rice. Some people who brought rice that is so bad that they can't even feed it to their chickens. That was a season, we saw that. Then we saw another season where people were happy and they were grateful. Some people said they had 2 Congos for them. Some people said they got half a bag. I don't know. Number one, I don't belong to the palliative to the palliative group. I don't take palliative, and the ones that were given to us as civil servants then were quite okay. We took it home, and our families had it, and it was okay. But I think the government of the day, you know, from what we have seen in the community, in society, did very well sharing those palliatives. Now, the ones that came from federal government, I'm not going to say this is empirical, but we got to know that even FD did not factor it to the governor to distribute per se. That some people took it on behalf of their constituencies. Okay, some senators, some reps, you know, and some party bigwigs. They are the ones that were given, that took it, and they was the one that distributed as they liked. So there are some things I won't want to pin on the government. But I know that before the governor became a governor, the family have been doing palliatives.
Yeah.
So
even before now.
So even before now. So what is going to be different in this one that will become? Is it now that they will start hoarding people's rights? The ones that they have been given in the past, who gave them the money to give it? So that's just it.
So at what area do you think the states? Let me be specific. Adeleke should improve on in the area of he has been paying civil servants salary.
Yeah, he's done very well.
About 70,000 naira. When is it going to take the plots? At what area?
He has also shown his commitment to paying the 70,000 minimum wage. I think Osun is listed among the states that have agreed to pay the 70,000 minimum wage. But you know that one has a cap. They say it's minimum. They are not saying it is maximum. So there's going to be negotiations. If 70 is the minimum, how do we progress? Who gets what? There was a time we had such increase here, and it ended up being 2,000 for for the bosses. While I think that was when in the age of 30,000 naira minimum. 30,000 naira. It ended up being 5,000.
Levels 1 to 6 or levels 1 to 7 will enjoy.
Well, let's see how this goes. I trust Mr. Governor that. Now, talking about what he should do. You know, Osun is supposed to be an agrarian state.
Yes.
We are supposed to be a food basket to the southwest. I want Mr. Governor to look at agriculture, very, very, very focused on agriculture, and he has started by the procurement of tractors now. You know, I worked in a department of his office when I was there as permanent secretary, Parastatus Monitoring Office, and I discovered that the Agricultural Mechanized Corporation didn't have one single tractor working. And I'm happy that From our own reports, we raised memos, and the corporation raised memos, and we even had tete-a-tete with our organs that please, we have to scale up this. How can a corporation that's supposed to give farmers input for farming not having one tractor? But now we know Mr. Governor has taken that. So I want to see Osun move into that realm of agriculture. Agriculture is a very big and vast enterprise. The value chain is big. From the producers to the off-takers to the processors to the finishers to the transporters to storage facilities, the value chain is very huge, and it can actually employ all these our youths that are standing at junctions and raising up their hand to you anytime they see you pass. Yes, in animal husbandry, poultry, fish farming, crops production, cash crops production. You know, we have the land. You can do rice, you can do maize, you can do everything. Everything can be planted in Osun, and we have the land. Big. There was a time people were talking about local governments taking a product, and somebody said, Ile-Ogbo axis should focus on palm oil because that is what their appendage said. Let them focus on it. Let them bring a from their palms in that area. Let us know that from Osun, this is Ile-Ogbo palm oil or Kuta or and so on and so forth. Iwo is known for beef. Let Iwo have their own ranches so that we know that this is Iwo. Anybody buying beef or whatever or cattle, Iwo, this is from Iwo. Like in the western region we had Fashola, but in all the local governments, there was the local government chairman in Boripe. I think that was Moreni KG.
Yes.
In his time, he was farming pepper and poultry. And at the days that they will harvest, you see all these market women take okada or whatever. They will go to Boripe to go and buy pepper. After that administration, the thing fizzled out. It shouldn't be so. Here in Osun, we can do watermelon. We can do cucumber. We can do virtually anything. So I want Mr. Governor to please look at that sector and help people to start something. Land is a big issue in farming, but thank God that state governments are the owners of land. So Mr. Governor can actually declare a territory for agriculture and find the modality to settle those who lay claim to it, whatever, whether give them a portion of the land to also farm or give them other incentives. If land is readily available, we have farm settlements in Esauki and a few other places. If those farm settlements can be reclaimed, we have dams. There's a Owala Dam in Ilam, I think. There is the Ore Dam. All those dams should be. We shouldn't be farming and waiting for rain. There should be irrigation farming. And we have the dams. Those rivers are perennial rivers. Filled. They are not waiting for flood to be filled. No, they are there 24/7, 365 days in a year. So God will help Mr. Governor. And God will help those who should help him. Because he's the one that is leading the team. But he has people who should work with him. So if those people work with him, they will help him.
Is it only agriculture?
Yes, agriculture primarily for now. There is a talk about digital hub and all of that, internet. Well, that one is also good, but man, it takes food to do other things. If food is available, you can do it. You can go to the moon.
Thank you very much. And we are still want to talk about in Yoruba language for our Yoruba listeners.
Wow.
A kú dédé àsìkò yìí ẹni tí a ti ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ látẹ̀kan ní ọ̀gá àgbà ní iléeṣẹ́ wa kó tó di pé wọ́n fẹ̀yìntì àti pé kọ́ńtẹ̀ tó fẹ̀yìntì gan wọ́n lọ sí iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba láti jẹ́ permanent secretary níbẹ̀ yẹn kó tó di pé wọ́n fi ẹ̀yìntì ṣùgbọ́n àwọn gan ni wọ́n dá ètò yìí sílẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n wà níbí. A kí yín káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí àwọn ní ọ̀gbẹ́ni Olúṣọlá Bọ́lájí. Wọ́n ti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ọ̀ṣun tá a pé iye ọdún tá a pé lónìí tá à ń ṣe àjọyọ̀ jẹ́ kí ni ẹ lè rí sọ sí nbolade ibo gan la ń lọ bó la ṣe wà gan ṣé ó ní ìyàtọ̀ wà láàrin bá ṣe wà àti sẹ́yìn.
ẹ ṣeun lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí ara lé o ẹ kú àjò tí iléeṣẹ́ wa láti sìn àti títí láíláí
ayé àìní pẹ̀lú.
adẹ̀kú àjọ̀dún ọdún 23 ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ọjọ́ yàn rí bí àná 1991 August ni ààrẹ ológun ìgbà yẹn Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida ló kéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lára ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. mo rántí bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn gbà yẹn inú everybody dùn ṣùgbọ́n inú àwa kan inú wa dùn ṣùgbọ́n kò dùn náà kí èyí tó yẹ wípé Ọ̀yọ́ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ayé Ọ̀yọ́ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ irú èmi pàápàá yìí mi rò pé mo lu ọdún kan lọ́yọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n fi ní ó yá lọ́sùn àfìgbà kọ̀ọ̀kan gbé Ọ̀ṣun Ọ̀yọ́ la mọ̀ so wọ́n create state wa inú wa dùn ṣùgbọ́n nínú ọkàn wa lọ́hùn àmọ́ bí state yẹn ṣe fẹ́ rí so nígbà tó ń kó wa bọ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ ti pé nígbà tó ń kó wa bọ̀ lọ́sùn ìrírí tí mo rí ni pé nígbà tó bá ní èèyàn kúrò nínú ìlú wà mórílégbó aṣáà ń lọ mo ṣáà ń wojú lọ́tún mo ń wojú lọ́sùn mo ní ẹjọ́ tó náà kó wa lọ ìṣesù là ń lọ ní ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó yá aláǹfààní láti máa rí ìdàgbàsókè lọ́tún lọ́sìn iléeṣẹ́ rédíò ló kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹlifíṣàn tẹ̀lé àárọ̀ ètí gómìnà ń sọ̀rọ̀ mo rántí bí ọdún 22 sẹ́yìn bí irú àárọ̀ báyìí náà ni là á kó gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ́ra kó bájú kó bá mú àṣà ìsùn àlọ́ èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ṣẹ́jú kan báyìí tílẹ̀ fi mọ́ pé a ṣì tẹlifíṣàn wa lónìí so dédé bí aago 7 kù ìṣẹ́jú 15 yẹn náà la bẹ̀rẹ̀ agbówó tòwó tó ta lè wí gbọ́dọ̀ dago 7 àgbéjọba lẹ̀ fún gómìnà láti bá àwọn ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun sọ̀rọ̀ lórí tẹlifíṣàn inú wa dùn gómìnà wa náà kọ́lọ̀ fọ́ọ̀mù kẹ̀ bá foríjì kó bá tẹ̀ sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ Alhaji Adétúnjì Adeleke wọ́n ṣe dáadáa wọ́n bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun dùn Ọ̀ṣun wa ní ohùn lórí rédíò Orísun ìgbà yẹn wọn tí máa pè ní Orísun àṣà ń pè ní rédíò Ọ̀ṣun òkè ìtàsẹ̀ nígbà tó yá tẹlifíṣàn náà tún jáde so àtòhun àtàwòrán àárín nǹkan tá a fi lè pe Ọ̀ṣun ní àpèwáwò fáwọn ènìyàn láti ìgbà yẹn títí dìsìn ìjọba ń wá ìjọba ń lọ tẹ̀síwájú ń wá tẹ̀síwájú ń pọ̀ sí náà àdẹ̀dúpẹ́ pé a ṣì wà láàyè àwà lálàáfíà kọ́lọ̀ ń dáríjì àwọn tó ti lọ o àwọn ẹnjìníà wa kan ti lọ àwọn ẹnjìníà Ayégbóró ẹnjìníà Akínwálé ẹnjìníà bàbá Àníṣà kí ló kọ́ wọ́n sábà ń lórí báyìí Akínọlá àwọn yẹn ti lọ kọ́lọ̀ ń foríjì gbogbo wọn àtàwọn míì náà tó tún àwọn akọ̀ròyìn wa kan ti lọ àwọn bàbá Ọlátúndé èèyàn dá àwọn ti lọ Akínkínsólúgbà ṣì wà wọ́n wà ń bàdàn bàbá ọba náà bàbá rọ́pò Ògúnwùsì wọ́n wà dáadáa wọ́n lọ jẹ́ kí yẹ̀mí bàbá ogun dáadáa bàbá sáà ń dàbí ọmọ tuntun Ọlọ́run ṣe ni ara àwọn ìwọ tiwa tó ti lọ tó ti fẹ̀yìntì tó ti lọ bí ọdún òní àwọn míì náà sì wà ó tí wọ́n ṣe dáadáa a ṣàdúpẹ́ ẹ̀mí àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ètò ọrọ̀ ajé ti ètò ìlera àti ti education kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ lè sọ sí.
méjèèjì ló ti fẹ̀ sí torí mo rò pé nígbà tá a dọ̀sùn hospital general hospital tá a ló gbà yẹn ó wà nínú ọgbà LAUTECH ìsìn àwọn ẹmọ general hospital ìjọ náà ni ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn aṣojú àárọ̀ ti wà ń bẹ̀ teaching hospital ti wà ń bẹ̀ àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn hospital mi tó jẹ́ aládàáni tí wọ́n ti dìde so ó ń tẹ̀síwájú ìjọba pàápàá tún fi owó tùlù síbi àwọn ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé ní gbogbo wọ́ọ̀dù ní gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun gómìnà táwa ní ìsìn òun tí wọ́n ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ó wá ń tún àwọn ilé ìwòsàn alábọ́dé ń tún wọn ṣe tó yẹ pé tẹ bá àmọ́ gbàdúrà ní kọ́lọ́mọ́jà àṣà sí ṣùgbọ́n dókítà ó sá ṣiṣẹ́ bí lọ́yọ̀ bá ṣe gbàgbà pé kọ́lọ́mọ jẹ́ àrẹ́jọ tí lọ́yà náà ó sì fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ so àwọn ilé ìwòsàn yẹn wà ń bẹ̀ ẹni bá fẹ́ ṣàbẹ̀wò síbẹ̀ láì jẹ́ kó ṣàìsàn yóò rí àwọn iṣẹ́ tí ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ bábábáre tún ní ti ètò adójútòfò ti ìlera Ọ̀ṣun health insurance láìpẹ́ ni gómìnà kó àwọn àkàndá kókó wọn pé ẹ lọ forúkọlẹ̀ ṣáájú ìgbà yóò ti ṣe fáwọn pensioners forúkọlẹ̀ bíbíire ìgbàláyé SSG wa òun náà tún ṣe kan láìpẹ́ tó kó bí ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta àwọn èèyàn ní kókó wọn jọ kókó wọn ètò ìlera ń tẹ̀síwájú náà ní ìsìn báyìí láwọn ìlú kan ń ta gbọ́ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé èmi àti rẹ bá ṣe wà yìí ń ta àjẹjọba lọ́dún ní káàdì tá máa rà káàdì yẹn nígbà tí wọ́n sọ ìṣòwò rẹ̀ lè má ju 2,000 lọ ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ti ní káàdì yẹn lọ́wọ́ orí ń fọ́ ẹni òtútù mú ẹni mú káàdì yẹn wọlé ìwòsàn ìjọba lọ tó bá ti mú káàdì yẹn wọ́n á tọ́jú ẹ̀ ó ti ra ètò ìwòsàn yẹn so ohun tí ó yìí yẹn ń dà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ni pé bó bá ti ní lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ilé ìwòsàn gbogbo nǹkan ó láwọn levels of treatment ṣùgbọ́n ọlọ́run ní já ṣàìsàn náà gbogbo bá ṣe jẹ́ wàtí àti ẹ̀rí bí
níbi kọ́kọ́ fara tì sí náà
tí wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ tọ́jú ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀.
ẹ jẹ́ ká wo wọn ní iṣẹ́ tí ìjọba ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ iṣẹ́ ojú ọ̀nà ló dà púpọ̀ jù wọ́n sọ pé ṣé yóò lè parí ẹ̀ kó sí àwọn gbogbo ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ a bá lọ sílé ṣàdé àwà lóṣogbo gan tá a lọ sẹ́dẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn eré àyẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ni ìjọba ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn kan wá sọ pé ṣé bàbá yóò lè parí iṣẹ́ yìí báyìí.
àwọn tó ń sọ náà wọ́n rí sọ ó ṣe wọ́n rí ni àti ráwọn tó gbólẹ̀ rí tí wọ́n lè ṣe gangan sí ṣùgbọ́n ìrísí tèmi rí sí gómìnà wa ni pé a máa ń pè ní àpèjẹ kan ní talk and do and ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń wo ọkùnrin yẹn bíi pé onífàájì aláfẹ́ ènìyàn ni ó serious o gómìnà ti máa ń sọ mo ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ bí ẹ̀mí ló kàn pé àsìkò eré a máa ṣeré àsìkò iṣẹ́ a máa ṣiṣẹ́ àwọn tó dẹ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́ lè jẹ́rìí sí nǹkan tí mo ń sọ pé tó bá dà àsìkò iṣẹ́ kò sí eré o so àwọn kan tó ń dáwọ́lé tó ń ṣe yìí mo mọ̀ pé ó ti mọ̀ nínú ọkàn ẹ̀ pé òun ó ṣe kọ́lọ̀ ń yọ̀ǹda ẹ̀ fún ọdún mẹ́rin ni ọdún mẹ́jọ ni kò sígbà tí ìjọba ò lọ láéláé ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ohun tó bá dáwọ́lé àdúrà mi ni pé kọ́lọ̀ jẹ́ kó ṣe àṣeyọrí mi.
àwọn ẹgbẹ́ alátakò tẹ̀ ń sọ pé òun ní báyìí ohun tó yẹ kí ìjọba àwọn táwọn sì ṣe lẹ̀ ló wá kí ló tó lè ṣe tiẹ̀ tó fi jẹ́ pé nǹkan táwọn òun gba oríyìn àwọn nǹkan oríyìn tó yẹ káwọn ò gbà ni òun gbà.
wọn ò rò dáadáa ni wọn ò rò dáadáa òṣèlú ni wọ́n ń ṣe ni wọn ò rò dáadáa bíbélì ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìsoníṣẹ́
ẹni tó bá
ṣe dópin ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ sáré ìje kì í ṣe gbogbo ẹni tó bá dó ní ọ̀yọ́ mark ni ó breast tape ṣùgbọ́n tó bá dé ọ̀yọ́ máàkì ẹ̀ náà òun náà gbìyànjú ni ó fẹ́ sáré o ṣùgbọ́n tó dàrin tí báyà iṣẹ́ ń fà so kò lè stretcher náà fi gbé kúrò ṣùgbọ́n tó bá sáré yẹn dé ìparí ojú àwọn tó wà ń parí yẹn lójú àwọn èèyàn máa wà lára ẹ̀ so tí gómìnà bá ń parí iṣẹ́ tó bá ń lẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn bá yìn kò yẹ kó ní àwọn alátakò lára èyí tí ẹ̀yin ò fi parí ẹ̀ nígbà tí ẹ̀yin wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ó simple ó rọrùn gan so òṣèlú ni.
Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí ó tún yẹ kí gómìnà ó ṣe torí àti rí pé oríṣiríṣi iṣẹ́ ni wọ́n ti là kalẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ó ṣàníbì kan tó yẹ kí èèyàn ṣàníbì kan tó máa fi sí kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ tún rò pé ìjọba tún lè ṣe tí gbogbo ló tún wá fi gún régé.
ṣe rí wọ́n máa ń sọ pé Ọ̀ṣun is a civil service state ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá wo ìtàn Ọ̀ṣun nígbà tá a wà lọ́yọ̀ọ́ Ọ̀ṣun used to be a commercial hub àwọn èèyàn máa ń ti ọ̀nà jíjìn wá ra nǹkan lọ́ṣun reluwé wà lọ́ṣun àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá gbogbo sẹ́ńpẹ̀ ní MDS yẹn iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá tó yẹ pé wọ́n warehousing ni wọ́n ṣe lọ́ṣun àwọn èèyàn á ti òkè ọya wọ́n á rajà lọ́ṣun wọ́n á ti Ọ̀ṣun kó ọjà lọ òkè ọya so kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí irú ẹ̀ ò fi tó tí ò fi sí mọ́ so Ọ̀ṣun kì í ṣe dandan pé civil service state ni it's an error of thought to believe that it's a civil service Ọ̀ṣun ilẹ̀ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ni, ilẹ̀ ọ̀gbìn ni, ilẹ̀ tó dáa fún ọ̀gbìn ni, ìrẹsì ni o, ẹ̀wà ni o, iṣu ni o, àgbàdo ni o, kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ watermelon, cucumber, kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ ní lọ́sùn, carrot tí ò ní dìde. So lérò tèmi gómìnà dẹ̀ ti ó dàbí gómìnà ti rí òye yẹn láìpẹ́ náà ra àwọn katakata wọn dẹ̀ tí kò tí ì pé ó tún ṣe ń bọ̀ sí tí wọ́n fẹ́ kó síta fáwọn èèyàn pé ẹ máa dáko. Mi wàá fẹ́ kó mọ ní katakata nìkan, mo fẹ́ kí ìjọba ní ilé iṣẹ́ tó máa mójútó iṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn gan-an lọ́kùnkúndùn. Ẹ̀rọ wo ayé ọ́sádẹ̀ pẹ̀lú alùpùpù pupa yẹn kò sí oríko tí wọ́n ní dé, wọ́n bá àwọn àgbẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n mú irúgbìn tó dára fún wọn, wọ́n sọ fún wọn bí wọ́n ṣe gbìn oko wọn, bí wọ́n ṣe tọ́jú ẹ̀. Irú oògùn ìfúnpọ̀ tó lè lò Fadama is even ara ọ́sádẹ̀ ni, but Fadama is for irrigation farming. Pé kẹ́ má máa dúró dìgbà tójò bá rọ̀ kẹ́ tó dáko, ẹ lè lọ ẹ lè gbẹ́kànga sí àárín oko, ẹ lè lọ etídò. Ìgbà yẹn ni ìjọba máa gbé pọ́ǹpù ìfami máa gbé fáwọn àgbẹ̀, ẹ gbèsè tídò, ẹ kì í kíní bọ̀, ẹ fin oko yín lóòrèkóòrè láàárọ̀ nírọ̀lẹ́, nǹkan ọ̀gbìn yín á jáde, á mèso jáde. So àtẹ̀bádẹ̀ wo climate wa ní Ọ̀ṣun kò wà excessive. Àwọn ibìkan wà tó yẹ pé tátẹ́gùn bá fẹ́ á pọ̀ jù, bójú bá rọ̀ á pọ̀ jù, bóòrùn náà á pọ̀ pọ̀, Ọ̀ṣun gbogbo ẹ̀ dúró ní báramu. So ó yẹ kí á lo ntọ́lọ́run fún wa. Tàbádẹ̀ ń wo iṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn, àwọn tó so mọ́ pọ̀ kan ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí oko tá máa dá yẹn, nǹkan tá a máa gbìn, bá ṣe máa manage ẹ̀, bá ṣe máa kórè ẹ̀, bá ṣe máa ṣe lọ́jọ̀, bá ṣe máa tà, bá ṣe máa mú value added, bá ṣe máa tún nǹkan ṣe. For example, tá a bá gbin ẹ̀gẹ́ nísìnyí, kó má yẹ pé ẹ̀gẹ́ lákàn máa rù lọ́jà pé ẹ̀gẹ́ rèé yìí, ẹ̀gẹ́ yìí ó lè di gàrí, ó lè di láfún, ó lè di corn starch, ó lè di starch. Nǹkan múlá rẹ̀ gẹ́ pọ̀, even in pharmaceutical sector, àwọn nǹkan kan tó ń lò ara ẹ̀gẹ́ lọ́tí láti so animal feed. So gbogbo àwọn kan yẹn ló yẹ kí láìní yẹn wà, tó jẹ́ pé tẹ́ bá ti kó ẹ̀gẹ́ dálẹ̀ báyìí, eléyà mú tiẹ̀ á ti sọ̀hún, ìyá mú tiẹ̀ á ti ṣẹlẹ̀ títí nǹkan kan ò ní ṣòfò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe ń ti yẹn, àwọn kan ló máa ṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀, àwọn kan ló máa operate machine, àwọn kan ló máa ra ohun tó wà ń bẹ̀, àwọn kan ló fi ọkọ̀ gbé lọ sí MDS. So agriculture can bring a lot of work, employment fún àwọn èèyàn wa. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tó yẹ pé ọ̀kadà ẹ̀dúró lórí ta kọ́mọ káwọ́ sókè yìí, táwọn tí iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ bá fẹ́ jú kálukú mà jẹun tó bá fẹ́. Yorùbá dẹ̀ ní ebi ìwọ ní kọ́rọ̀ mi ìwọ, bébí bá dẹ̀ ti kúrò ní iṣẹ́ bùṣe. United Nations ló sọ fún àwọn olórí wa pé wọ́n advice wọn ni o pé ẹ gbọ́ tẹ bá wo àwọn awuyewuye kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí, ẹ̀rí táwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n lọ sí ọ́fíìsì ìjọba tí wọ́n yọ géètì ẹ̀, tí wọ́n yọ fèrè ìṣẹ́jú wíńdò, wọ́n jálẹ̀ kún ẹ̀. Kí ni ìyẹn sọ fún wa? Ó ń sọ fún wa pé ntẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn kò kàn wá, ntẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn kò kàn wá. Àjọ àgbáyé wa sọ pé òun gba àwọn olórí ìjọba àwọn orílẹ̀ tó dìde lẹ̀ pé ẹ mójútó àwọn èèyàn o, ẹ má kàn máa kọ́lé. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ṣe ICT hub kan sí Kánò ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sígbà tí wọ́n demonstrate?
Wọ́n wú gbogbo rẹ̀ ní fẹ́ǹsì ẹ̀ ní wọ́n gbé lọ.
Tí àga tí wọ́n fi jókòó, gbogbo kọ̀ǹpútà láwọn kò kàn wọ́n, ntẹ́ kó kalẹ̀ yẹn kò kàn wọ́n. So a gbọ́dọ̀ wo àwọn èèyàn wa pé kí ni wọ́n nílò ká fún wọn. Èèyàn máa ń kọ́ ọmọ ni. Ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá kọ́ kó mọ ìwúlò nǹkan, tẹ́ bá rà tẹ́ gbélé lọ́wọ́ yóò sọ mọ́lẹ̀, yóò lẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, kò sí ní tó kàn. So in the agricultural sector, níbi ètò ọ̀gbìn n ta lè ṣe ó pọ̀ gan-an, tó yẹ pé tẹ̀bí bá rẹ̀ ti táyọ̀ bá ti dé gbogbo nǹkan yòókù a máa wá, a rọrùn àti ṣe. Ní gbé ní ra oògùn ẹ̀rọ ìfínkó fún yìí kó wò pé oko ra nìwó lẹ́fẹ́ kó ń lọ kó lù ta. Gẹ́gẹ́ àwọn kan tẹ́ bá gbé fún wọn ó lù ta, wọn ò pé ẹ̀ṣọ́ oko ló yẹ ń lọ, ṣùgbọ́n tó bá mọ iyì tó wà lóko tó wà pé tó ń bá lè lóòdù pick up ẹ̀gẹ́ kan jáde bóyá ní ìṣòwò 1 million nísìn tàdé mójútó ètò ààbò torí ara nǹkan tó ń débi pa wá nìyẹn o àwọn tó ń fi ẹran jẹko wọn jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wá lè dáko so a gbọ́dọ̀ mójútó ètò ààbò wa dáadáa tá a bá ṣe yẹn ìlú ò fararọ NDS tá à ń sọ yẹn yóò padà lọ́jà tí wọ́n máa tà bá a ṣe ń sọ yìí nísìnyí àwọn èèyàn ṣì ń sọ̀rọ̀ gàrí fún àìbẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ dísìn ẹ wá imagine kí àwa máa rí gbogbo àwọn communities wa epo kúta ni mo fẹ́ lọ rà lọ epo wọn dá gàrí fún mo fẹ́ rà kí la lè iṣu léṣà àbí iṣu ẹ̀sà òkè mo fẹ́ lọ rà gbogbo àwọn iṣu tó ń fi fertilizer gbìn yẹn kò ní máa dọ́dọ̀ wa tẹ bá jẹ iyán iṣu ẹ̀sà òkè tẹ bá jẹ iyán iṣu bòmí ẹ̀ ní fẹ́ jẹ mọ́ so bó ṣe rí nìyẹn tí gómìnà bá lè wo ètò ọ̀gbìn iṣẹ́ wà ńbẹ̀ àǹfààní dẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀.
Thank you very much for this good explanation about Osun at 33 with my boss. But I told you that he can talk from morning to night.
Control talking.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming to the studio.
Thank you.
After about how many years now?
Wow. Well,
thank you so much.
Thank God for life. I'm still here. I still see you guys. You're looking good. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
God is good to us.
Thank you.
I want to use this opportunity to also celebrate my sister, the DGPS,
Mrs.
for holding the house together. God will continue to strengthen you.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I want to appreciate the AM Cafe crew, the cameraman, the VTR, the MCR, and everybody. I want to appreciate you for bringing this show to your doorstep. And the producer for this program is Olushola Ogunleye and Adesoye Awodeji. The executive producers are Jolade Gbarola and Adeola Adebayo. My name is Olushola Osun. Have a beautiful week. Congratulations to Osun at 33. Good morning.